All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about how to find a fantastic dog trainer, and we're zeroing in on those of you who live right here in Auburn, Washington. This is all about giving you a straightforward, practical guide to get the best training for you and your four-legged friend. When you have a dog here in Auburn, your world is so much bigger than just your house and backyard. One day you might be navigating the busy streets downtown, and the next you're enjoying a walk along the gorgeous Green River Trail. Good training is really the key that helps your dog handle all those different situations with confidence. And that's exactly why it can be so helpful to find a trainer who really knows Auburn. I mean, someone who gets that a quiet walk in Brandon Park is a totally different ballgame than the hustle and bustle of the Auburn farmers market. That local insight helps them tailor training for the real world you and your dog live in. Okay, so first things first. Before you even start searching for a trainer, you've got to take a step back and think about what your dog actually needs. It really all depends on their age, their unique personality, and, any of those specific little challenges you might be facing. So what's your main goal? Are you just looking for good old-fashioned family dog manners? Or are you dealing with a trickier issue that calls for behavior modification? Maybe it's all about starting your new puppy off on the right paw. Or you could be aiming for something more advanced, like competition or even service dog work. Nailing down your primary goal is absolutely the best place to start. Then, you got to think about how you want this training to happen. You've got options. In-home lessons, those are perfect for tackling things that happen right in your house, like, say, barking at the mail carrier or jumping on guests. Group classes are awesome for socialization and learning to focus when other dogs are around. And then there are things like day training or even more intensive board and train programs. Let's be real. Most of us are looking for a trainer to help solve a specific problem, right? It could be that constant pulling on the leash during your walks, barking that's driving you and your neighbors crazy, or just mastering the basics like a solid come when called. A good trainer can help with all these common headaches. So you figured out what you need. Awesome. Now comes the important part: how to actually size up a potential trainer. This is all about making sure they're qualified and that they use training methods that are effective, but also kind. If there's one thing to remember, it's this. You want a trainer who uses positive reinforcement. At its core, this approach is all about building trust. It's about teaching your dog what you want them to do, rather than just punishing them for what you don't. Honestly, it makes the whole process way more fun and successful for everybody involved. And you can really see the difference in the results. Reward-based methods build a dog that genuinely wants to cooperate with you. On the flip side, methods that use fear or pain can create a lot of anxiety and can actually make behavior problems even worse, which is the last thing you want, especially in our close-knit Auburn neighborhoods. So how do you tell if a trainer really knows their stuff? Well, certifications are a great place to look. You don't need to memorize this whole alphabet soup, but seeing initials like CPDT, KA, or KPA, CTP is a really good sign. It means that person has passed some serious tests and is committed to a professional standard. And if you're dealing with bigger challenges like aggression or deep-seated fear, a behavior consultant with something like CBCC-KA is a fantastic choice. Here's a pro tip. Always take advantage of those free consultations. Seriously, it's your chance to interview them. You can ask about their style, see if your personalities click, and just get a general feel for things before you spend a dime. All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. We're going to talk about money, what this all costs, and the most important questions you should have ready for any trainer you're considering. This table should give you a pretty good ballpark for what training costs around here in Auburn. As you can see, group classes are usually the most budget-friendly option. A board and train program, on the other hand, is a much bigger investment. It's good to remember that since we're so close to Seattle, those prices can sometimes be a little higher, so having a baseline like this is super helpful. So when you're on that consultation call, have this list handy. You'll definitely want to ask about their specific methods and tools. Ask about their certifications. A big one is asking how they'll create a plan specifically for your dog, not just a one-size-fits-all program. And of course, you need to know how you'll track progress and get a crystal clear understanding of all the costs and policies right from the start. So once you hire someone and the training begins, the work doesn't stop at your front door. It's all about taking those new skills out into the world. And to do that right, you need to know the local rules and the best places to get some practice in. Here is a super simple but really important local rule. In Auburn, your dog's leash can't be longer than 6 feet in any public space. That's it. It's a small thing, but it's a huge deal for keeping everyone safe and for maintaining control. So those long retractable leashes, probably not the best choice for a walk in the park here. And on top of the leash law, there are a few other things to keep in mind. Your dog has to be licensed every year with King County, and you'll need proof of their rabies shot for that. And just be a good neighbor. Be mindful of excessive barking, because that can actually become a nuisance violation. It's all part of being a responsible dog owner in our community. Now for the fun part. Here are some amazing local spots to put those new skills into practice. The Green River Trail is fantastic for working on loose leash walking when there are distractions like joggers and cyclists. And if you need to practice things like recall off leash, a fenced-in spot like the dog parks at Game Farm Park or Brannan Park is the perfect, safe place to do it. So let's think about the big picture here. After you've done all this, what's the real payoff? What does having a well-trained dog actually change about your day-to-day life here in Auburn? Well, it means you can actually relax and enjoy that coffee on an outdoor patio. It means you can browse the farmer's market without a struggle. It means having a confident, well-behaved buddy for every walk, every park visit, every single adventure. I hope this helps you find the perfect trainer. The end result is a companion who's a true joy to have around, whether you're at home with family or just out enjoying everything our great city has to offer.